sponsor of the measure, the Senate Finance Committee Chair, Senator Sherwin Gatchalian, and to propose amendments, our dear colleague from the great province of Cavite, Senator Panfilo Ping Lacson. I so move, Mr. President.
Senator Gatchalian, the distinguished sponsor of Senate Concurrent Resolution Number 4, is recognized, as well as Senator Lacson, to propound his individual amendments. You may proceed, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. President. With the permission of the distinguished sponsor of Senate Concurrent Resolution Number 4, instead of pursuing to propose my amendments, I will just make a manifestation.
The gentleman may proceed.
Thank you, Mr. President. This morning, we had a cordial discussion, actually a solution-finding discussion with the distinguished gentleman from Valenzuela City, that I will no longer pursue my amendments on two conditions, subject to two conditions. And I would allow the sponsor to articulate the conditions that we have agreed to pursue, or at least appeal to our colleagues.
Yeah. Thank you,
Senator Gatchalian is recognized to articulate the conditions agreed upon by the two gentlemen who have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. President, and I thank the good gentleman from Cavite for giving me the opportunity this morning to confer with him, to collaborate, as well as look for a solution in order to further enhance concurrent resolution number 4. In line with our discussion, Mr. President, it is in the mandate of the Senate and Congress as well, or Congress as a whole, to propose amendments, Mr. President. And typically, when we propose amendments, in most cases, the amendments are to improve or to add budget to certain agencies, certain offices, in order to enhance their effectivity. However, Mr. President, this has a drawback. Typically, when you add budget to certain agencies, you also deduct budget from certain agencies. I heard this from our good Senate President many times, that this is a zero-sum game. So you add and subtract from different agencies. So part of the solution, as well as appeal to our colleagues who wish to submit amendments, is to assist the committee to look for sources for those amendments as well, Mr. President, because looking for sources is much more difficult than adding to different programs and activities of the different agencies. So to hasten the budget deliberations as well budget process, I appeal to our colleagues who will later on give their amendments to also assist the committee to look for sources as well, so that those sources can be a potential source to enhance those amendments. That's number one, Mr. President, in our discussion this morning. Number two, Mr. President, with this concurrent resolution and with the amendments of Senator Risa Hontiveros to upload the matrix, it will be transparent to the public the movements in the budget, particularly within the Senate, because in the concurrent resolution, we'll be uploading what we call the committee report on the GAB. No? This is prior to the third reading version, Mr. President, or third reading approval. So in between the committee report and the third reading approval, Mr. President, our members will be given an opportunity to look at the movements between the GAB, the committee report, and they can propound questions as to why certain offices were added budget and certain offices were also deducted budget, Mr. President. So this is a time for our members to propound questions, and during that time, Mr. President, we can elaborate the justification on why those budget movements happen, Mr. President.
Mr. President, may I just issue
Senator
a minor...
Lacson, may proceed.
Thank you, Mr. President. May I just issue a minor correction?
Yes.
It's between the committee report and the second, and the approval on second reading, not the third reading.
Yes, Mr. President. Yes, Mr. President. I stand corrected, Mr. President. Because when we submit the committee report, we will still approve it on second reading, Mr. President.
And we agree that when any of our colleagues will seek clarification on particular insertions or realignments or amendments, then the chairman of the Finance Committee will divulge the identity or identities of the proponents of the amendments
Well,
on the floor
Mr.
to make
Pre-
it of record.
Well, Mr. President, my view is since this is part of the committee report, then that means the chairman of the Finance Committee has already reviewed, analyzed, and made sure that those amendments are justified, well justified, Mr. President. So the chairman of the Committee of Finance can elaborate and also reveal the history of those changes, Mr. President. Because as your chairman, I have to justify those changes in the committee report. So meaning I have to study very well the justifications and the history of that proposed amendment, Mr. President.
Again, a minor correction, Mr. President. It is the individual amendments as well as the committee amendments, they come after the committee report. Because we deliberate, we interpolate, and after the interpolation, we go to the committee amendments and then the individual amendments. And that is where the committee chairman has agreed to divulge the identities of the proponents of the amendments if ever any of our colleagues will seek clarification.
Yes, Mr. President. Not only the proponents of the individual amendments, but also the history and justification, Mr. President.
And their amendments as well.
And their amendments as well, Mr. President. So, because for me, what's very important here is the justification on that amendments, the rationale why we made that amendments. Because like we said, if we improve an agency, we also have to deduct a budget from certain agencies, and that should be justified as well. The addition is the justification to the addition is as important to the justification to the deduction, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. President, for that clarification. And I agreed to the proposal as well as the agreement made by the distinguished sponsor because the outcome is the same.
Yes, correct, Mr. President.
It is for transparency.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
So for the record, Senator Lacson, did Senator Gatchalian articulate sufficiently, subject to the 2 points you raised, the agreements you made? If so, Majority Floor Leader?
Yes, Mr. President. No member wishes to, unless Senator Sherwin Gatchalian is seeking the floor. I move